From the void we rise, clad in flame, born for battle, forged in pain. Drop from the sky, let hell ignite. Steel and fire consume the night. No mercy given, no soul to save. We carve our fate through blood and grave.
Evening's Freedom's Erasers of Names. That was Erase Their Name, Eagle remix by Goodfellas Gaming, an intense song about everyone's favorite partner in crime, all the pilots of our Eagle bombers, and how they tend to abruptly erase the existence of enemies of democracy. Yeah, and also some of my friends too. Cluster bombs have a nasty habit of cheese grittering my squad mates by accident. When I see a big crowd of voteless, I tend to throw strat beacons first and check my squad mates' positions after. I get eager. Today's top story is that additional Ministry of Truth forces arrived today on Angel's venture to relieve the planet of its foreign occupation. Feud commanders of the Ministry were reportedly very confused when, rather than discovering an Automaton splitter cell, a Chaos Diver attack, or a Terminated Sporefall event, they bore witness to an orderly evacuation being conducted with efficient levels of haste. Even so, they had their orders. I completely understand. The most tense moment arose this afternoon when a fleet of my Seraphim helpers arrived at the borders of the Corpus sector, escorting a group of freighters loaded with refugees meant for Alta 5, and found a blockade of Ministry ships waiting for them. Some terse words were exchanged, as well as threats of violence with varying degrees of creativity, but the civilian ships were allowed to pass undisturbed for their new world under the condition that the Seraphim ships remain in the Gloomlot sector. Terms were agreed to, but it wasn't until later that the Ministry discovered that this was the plan in the first place, as another group of refugees was ready to go, destined for Fenrir 3. How much later did the Ministry discover this? Let's see, what time is it? Probably just now as they're hearing this. Tensions continued to rise on the planet as additional reinforcements arrived, but this time in support of my efforts. The 104th Wolf Divers have promised food, shelter, gainful employment, and self-defense training at their Nidavellir complex on Fenrir 3 in a practically zero tolerance for Ministry of Truth shenanigans. When hailed earlier, Jarl Quicksilver responded to Ministry questions with absolute silence. That guy's awesome. Furthermore, the Sentinel Defense Force has dispatched 3 companies of their own reserves, as well as their Cyber Elite Force and some additional carriers to help facilitate evacuation efforts and make sure that our resident schoolyard bully behaves himself. A bully who, by now, probably realizes that he is badly outnumbered, so he should probably gather up his men, take his ball, and head on back to his ivory tower on Super Earth before he gets his nose bloodied. In other news from the community, the Legion Divers and I have entered into an agreement. Now, what exactly this agreement entails remains to be seen, since they were pretty vague about it. But what is known is that this is likely going to be a relationship based on mutual threats. The Legion insists that I do as they ask, and I will stay in their good graces. If I refuse, they'll make me wish that I remained a songbird and would tell the Knights of the Covenant where I am. Said organization is allied with a breakaway faction of Illuminate, who are probably very interested in how the Super Earth Barbarian developed a psionic talent. Now, I'll level with you, Helldivers. These guys scare the piddle out of me. They seem abnormally well-connected and astonishingly gifted at violence, so Care Bears, they are not. So I went ahead and took a few liberties to protect myself. I have here, in my hot little paws, a check for 126,000 super credits. I have uploaded a video to the galactic wide web that is hidden and currently set as private, detailing detailing the identities of every single active Legion diver. Yeah, while you were talking to me, Mercy was taking a peek at your homework. A habit that I've encouraged him to partake in, considering how often that kind of information comes in handy, specifically for situations like this when I am dealing with people who may or may not be willing to play nice. The point is, should anything happen to me, anything at all, fall down a flight of stairs, slip in the bathtub, my ship careens into the Meridian Singularity, or I just up and vanish into thin air, if I don't upload for a week, that video will be released and a contract will be taken out on each and every single one of you. That sum will likely be added to as well, because the Gunvolt Corporation, Venture Company, the East Meridian Transit Company, and the Bank of Prosperity are all pretty fond of me and would not be happy if anything happened to their angel of the airwaves. So, as long as I stay healthy and happy, you guys stay healthy and happy. I've learned a few things about business deals and negotiations from watching the BOP do its work, so I do hope that you will accept these new terms, my friends. You will not receive a better offer. Now, with the mutual exchange of threats out of the way, and guarantees that we'll all play nice in the sandbox together in place, the evening news. The frenzied pace of Operation Cataclysm couldn't really be sustained for long, and the Illuminate raiding fleet hitting the planet of Emirath achieved their quota earlier today, and the planet of... Oh, jeez, can I even say this planet's name on the air? I don't think I can. Anyway, this one planet here in the Shete sector isn't doing much better, and the Illuminate stand to achieve their quota here as well, adding to the collected dark matter to our local oncoming doomsday weapon. I mean, I personally would have preferred a local coffee shop with a cute barista boy working the counter, but no, we have a quantum singularity lowering property values. That's just great. However, the defense of Charon Prime looks to succeed with the bots chicked back into their domain and Sand erupt in their processors, adding to their long and distinguished list of recent losses. I know I shouldn't laugh at their ineptitude, but... I am pretty darn good at editing, and I've been wanting to use that sound effect for a while now. That's been Liberty's latest with me, Pandera the Radio Angel. Gosh, it really does feel like this major order sits upon a razor's edge, and if we stray even a little, it will fail. The Illuminate and probably the Knights of the Covenant are plotting something big, and if we want to live to see the age of retirement, we gotta figure out what it is and blow it the fluff up. I mean, yeah, obviously I know all that stuff about Meridia, but that feels like more of a means to an end. What do they aim to do with all of this nonsense? That is the big question of the hour. And one that the Helldivers will find the answer to come hell or high water. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.